Hey, my name is, my name was King Richard the 10th. You might have heard of me before. Is it a deal? Is it not a deal that you have heard of me before? Before I continue, I should tell you something. I was a big fan of the 1980s sitcom ALF. That stands for Alien Life Form for the uninformed. It was about some alien that crashed into the Tanner's yard, the Tanner family, that is, and not the Full House one. I don't know why they use the same last name for two popular sitcoms of the era. Anyway, hear me out. Alf looked kind of like an aardvark, and he was originally supposed to be an endangered species, but they thought it would be for a better show if he was an alien. It's probably a deep and powerful metaphor for illegal Mexican immigration. What the hell was I talking about? Anyway, so Alf lived with these wonderful tanners. The father was a social worker. Got into a lot of trouble sometimes. It was a great show, and it reminded me of how I need to be social worked. I also own just about every Alf product there ever has been. I even had my peasants, I mean parents, build a giant Alf statue that's 10 times the size of the Burj Khalifa. Sadly, I couldn't make it as big as my giant palace in my mind because but they're lazy fucks. You would think that if you made your parents slaves, they would actually work for you because they love you, but no, they only work 40 hours a week. So I had to do what any king did. I killed them, every single one of them, not just the men, but the women and the children too. They're like Gen Xers, so I treated them like slackers. I hate them. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, I also had a far off kingdom called the Kingdom of Elf because I was such a big fan. There was even a religion based off him that I encoded into law, but that all changed when I got this so called ALF.exe tape. I mean, to this day, I'm still rather horrified about what was on that tape. I mean, why the fuck did the creators think that was what I'm about to tell you was appropriate for a family television program? Though, admittedly, some of the things on Alf really weren't all that appropriate. I mean, he eats cats, he's constantly trying to eat the family cat. That's kind of messed up. What the fuck was up with that fucking tape? I should tell you what was on that tape, but be warned about what I'm about to tell you. It could give you nightmares for the rest of your life, however long you end up living. I don't have a crystal ball. It all started in the year 9891 AD, I think 1989 backwards. Sorry, I think it's because all the crack I've been smoking. I can't think straight anymore. Either that or it was the mini stroke from snorting the rat poison. I went to go visit my favorite shop called No Fucks, given only for it to be closed for the day. So I went to my second favorite shop called I'm Going Insane in the Membrane, only for it to be closed too. So I then just said, fuck it, in an extremely offensive Asian accent. Fuck it. Fuck it. Ah. Just about when I was about to give up and go back home, I saw this old man that was having a yard sale. No one was there, so I went to see what he had to sell. That probably should have been a sign that I should have been there. How do you do? The old man said, sounding like that Indian chief from the 1950s Disney Peter Pan film. Mind you, this dude was white as snow. Honky. Hey, I said in a nervous tone, wondering why this dude talked the way he does. "Oo like Alf?" he said. How did you know? Because you're the reason that my great grandson is dead. He said in a very angry voice. I was about to cut off his head for talking back to his king in that angry tone, but then I realized I was in a different kingdom, and if I did so, it'd cause a third world war. Yeah, that's right. It's the year 9891 AD. Let's run with it. And there was still no third world war. Shocking, is it not? So I just ignored him. Yeah, I'm a fan of Alf. The old man gave me a weird look and said, I have just the thing for you. He went into his tent and he came back with a single tape. Here it is. I looked at the tape and it looked very cheap looking. It had ALF.exe written like someone was in a hurry or was bargain bin crap. That will be 500 uh, rupees, dollars. I was furious. 500 friggin' smackers for that cheap looking thing. I yelled so loud that the old man's fake hair came off. What did you expect for it to be three? Like some kind of creepypasta? Oh, look, I'm a shady looking old man and I'm selling some cheap looking thing for free. Hey, yeah. Well, guess what? This is the real world, so pay up or you got nothing. No, I didn't know what to do. I killed him and took everything he was trying to sell for free. I was willing to cause World War III for Alf. I would do anything for Alf, my Lord and Savior. Once I returned to my palace, I went to my Alf room shrine, where I had all my Alf products. So I loved them so much, even the Alf basin that I used to slaughter goats and spill their blood and throw it against the bull's horns. I forced my people to worship there, you see. If they offer false fire, they're dead. I put the tape into my VHS player once I pushed play. The first thing that came up was some ad that had Adolf Hitler and I don't want to say the name properly, and Joseph Stalin taking a dump on the US Constitution and flag. I laughed because I've hated the US ever since President Trump told me he was going to raise tariffs on all my ALF supplies. He said I wasn't healthy. He hired RFK Jr. to tell me to stop eating ALF pogs. Stop eating ALF pogs, make America healthy again. Oh, fuck, the worm is back. That's what his health advisors said. Fuck that asshole. Once that was over, the show started, but instead of the normal intro, it was some weird mix of black metal and rap that sounded like it was recorded in some shack in the middle of the woods. And it said these lyrics. Yo, my name is fucking Alf. Write the rhyme. Fuck, cock, dick, pig. Pussy, tussy, sag, redacted. I then stopped the tape when I heard that last part. What a shitload of fuck. I then pushed play again. Which means cigarettes in the UK. I also practice the 7 deadly sins. And by redacted, I mean faggot again. That means cigarette. It's not a hateful word. And worship the devil and have the name regrets. Listen to Limp Bizkit every day. I then pressed the tape again. I was horrified. This is not the family friendly sitcom show I grew up to love. But I then thought maybe this was some joke one of the creators pulled, but actually put it on a random tape, and I calmed down and pushed play. This is the Elf Show. Now the horrible singer. Once that strange intro was over, it was sounded like some '90s Tom DeLonge California punk rock pop punk shit. Which makes sense because Tom DeLonge wants to jerk off his dog. Once that strange intro was over, the show started with Alf looking up at the sky. It seemed like 5 minutes. Willie, the father character, came in to see how Alf was doing. Alf, are you okay? You've been looking up at the sky since last night. I just been thinking. Uh, mm, what does your wife's pussy taste like? I mean, I'm sure it tastes good. This has to be some kind of sick prank. I mean, did I just hear what I thought I heard? My son then came in to tell me he had a nightmare. Dad, I had scary dream. I had accident. Can you change my bed? Give me a bath. I was angry. How many times have I told you to not come into my Alf shrine? Get the hell out of the Alf shrine, you good for nothing waste of space. My wife then came in to grab me by the ear and told me to get the hell out. She had enough of my BS. Fucking queen. I went mad and sent her to the guillotine. It's her fault. Women determine the gender of the child. Just kidding. That's bad science. Trust the science. Well, that's the 80th one I've had to kill, I said. All of them hate Alf, including my miserable excuse of a son. I did what I had to do, you see. I sent my son to a far off land called the United States because he's no longer fit to be heir to my throne. I then found a new woman to shock with my Alf obsessions. I found the perfect wife. I don't care that she looks like a fat, ugly pig, Chris Christie, a fat, ugly pig. After the wedding, me and her went to finish the so called ALF.exe. I then pushed play and it continued where it left off. Well, Alf, I think that's not something you should be saying. If you want to eat cats, that's one kind of pussy that we also don't allow. No, I guess that was supposed to be a punchline. Alf looked at Willie, his eyes, my golly, his eyes, they looked like a black hole. Why the hell not, Willie? I want to taste it. I want to drink it. I need it, Willie. I want sexy ass wet pussy, Willie. Cardi B. Oh, that's wait a minute. That can't be right. Cardi B didn't. I mean, she was born, I guess, but she wasn't. No one had anything to do with how Cardi B was in the whatever year this episode came from. That's not Alf. I mean, I can't believe the crap that was spewing out of his mouth. Guzzle aardvark looking nose mouth beak thing, whatever you call it. I know Alf can be off at times. What he meant? Well, he wasn't sick. But that's not all. My new wife was laughing like this was somehow funny. I looked at her. This isn't funny. This is not something to laugh about. She then looked at me, still laughing. Oh, come on. This is supposed to be a comedy. Stop being a sensitive snowflake. Okay, I know for one that I'm not a sensitive snowflake. It's the fact that Alf is supposed to be for the family, and it's not supposed to have vulgar language in it. Even the people of Melmac, Alf's home planet, know better than to cuss. My wife then made a loud, wet fart. My new wife farted. Isn't that lovely? I thought sarcastically. I then pressed play yet again. Alf, I don't want to hear you talk about my wife like that ever again. That's very disrespectful, Alf. Oh, come on, Willie. It was just a joke. By the way, when are you going to talk to your son about his stupid anime addiction, Willie? Weeaboo is going to commit seppuku. Don't worry. I will talk to him at dinner. In the meantime, I want you to apologize for the way you talked about Kate, and I mean right now, Alf. Alf looked down and made a heavy sigh. Okay, fine. I'm sorry, Willie. They both hugged as some corny music of the era played in the background. Willie then left the room. A few seconds passed by, and I shit you not, Alf looked at the camera, and what he said next continues to give me nightmares to this very day. But what he doesn't know. I scraped some of my sperm out of a condom to impregnate Kate last night. uh, the audience was heard laughing, and some guy was heard yelling, "Fuck the Last Jedi." I was confused. How the hell could The Last Jedi be in the 1980s? I mean, it made no fucking sense. Was this tape meant to fuck with my mental health? I mean, I had a lot of enemies, so it wouldn't surprise me, but how did they get the voice actors who've been dead for centuries to do these voice lines? That's beyond me. After that disturbing scene, it cut to the family at the dinner table. I'm not going to lie, but I screamed like a girl when I saw what the son character was wearing. Oh, damn it. Friggin' kid, he was wearing the outfit Deku wears. You know, the character from My Hero Academia. If you haven't heard it, then you're dumb or just not a weeaboo. Simple as that. My wife looked at me like I was losing my mind. You know, maybe I was losing my mind, losing my health, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine, but I'm going insane. Like that dumb chocolate addicted ass bird. I'm cuckoo for Cuckoo Puffs, cuckoo for Cuckoo Puffs, and also Woody the Woodpecker. Wonder where it all went wrong. In my mind. The family didn't say anything for 10 minutes. There was just silence except for the loud, annoying smacking. My God, that's smacking. I want to kill someone just out of anger. I mean, I am the king and I can do whatever I please, right? Right? Well, after the 10 minutes of silence, that horrible smacking was finally over, perhaps a tribute to that Kellogg smack frog. Willie looked at his son with disappointment. Son, sit down. We need to have a talk. Willie sitting on his son's bed made it a little suspicious. I mean, it made me think that maybe he loved his son in a way that wasn't healthy. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to make any judgment. Look, son, you can't be going around dressing like this, and that anime obsession of yours is not healthy. The sister character said something that made my skin crawl. Yeah, I don't want a dumb weeb for a brother. I would rather drink diarrhea that has puke and piss in it than have a weeb for a brother. Oh, this is disgusting. I've had enough with this tape. I was about to take the tape out, but then my new wife stopped me and stripped me to the chair and strapped me to the chair and also stripped me and forced me to watch the rest of the program. Now, my king, I thought you were an Alf fan. Don't tell me I married someone who hates Alf. Now, you know I can't be married to someone who hates Alf because Alf is my everything. So, just like that, I was forced to watch the rest of the scary tape. Oh boy, if only I knew how much worse it could get. My golly, the things that I saw was something that no one should ever have to see. It's the type of stuff they keep encrypted on the dark or deep web. No one wants to see it. You know something? I think you're an ugly slut who doesn't understand anime. And you know what? I don't think I want a sister who thinks anime sucks. After that, after he said that, he, he, he went Super Saiyan and turned his sister into a skeleton with a top hat. Well, that shut her up, Alf said, laughing. Then all of a sudden, Kate started to cry out in pain, holding her tummy. The dictators and producers started to come in, directors, dictators, same difference, and see what was wrong with the actor that played Kate. Something is inside of me. Get it out. For the love of God, get it out. What happened next was something so bad that even my wife was getting scared, but I know she was faking it. How do I know? Well, later on, she told me that was the funniest part to her. You know that scene from the first Alien film where that alien comes out of that person's tummy? Well, that's also what happened to Kate. But instead of it being the alien form from the Alien films, it was something far, far worse. What came out was a mini looking version of Alf that looked like a mix between the regular Alf and a Sanke. And let me tell you, the things that came out of that thing's mouth will make you sick to your stomach. Oh shit! What Alf said about the used condom earlier. Oh damn it! Yo, hey, what's up, motherfuckers and ugly shitheads? My name is FLA, which is Alf backwards. I kill Kay, her ass is dead, and I also love to lick pussies. It's said in a heavy, let's say, Southern African American accent, whatever. It was right. She was dead, but that's. What was even more fucked up was there was no blood. It was like she was a wax dummy. Even her eyes looked fake. Bitch, ass, shit, pussy, faggot, cigarette. It. I don't know how the hell it found this, but it took out a pack of cigarettes and a lighter and started smoking. Mm. FLA moved around the house, crawling around like a snake slithering. The audience was laughing like this was something hilarious, but I wasn't laughing because that's not funny. The episode then stopped and played an ad. Whopper, 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 and added a VHS tape. Why does everything have to have ads in? Out of all the ads has to be this ad. I hate this ad. I hate it. I hate the garbage ass thing. It makes me want to rip my eardrums out. Well, at least the ad was meta. I used my nuclear launch codes I had in my left armrest and nuked every Burger King all over the globe, but that didn't work. Where's the mushroom cloud? That was supposed to be a mushroom cloud. Was that the Burger King ad or was that me in my mind? Yeah, I was clearly losing my mind at this point. Once the ad was over, went back to the program at least. It showed the family at Kate's funeral, and Alf was there. The alien task force team was also there, even the actor that played Kate. I always hated this show, so I'm glad my character died. So, one last thing before I leave. She then stripped naked and started to dance like a stripper, while the song Cherry Pie by Warrant played in the background. She's my cherry pie. Cool drink of water, such a sweet surprise. Tastes so good, make a girl man cry. Sweet cherry pie. FLA was also there. Why did that thing have to be there? It's just going to make things worse and make a scene. My lord, what a shitty ass buddy. I could have sex with her. She want my mama. Ah, fuck, that's horrible. Really? 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 This is why I hate FLA, because of the things it says. It has no morals. Oh, what the hell? I'd do anything to hit that body. The snake like Alf character started to make his way to the Kate actor, only for the son to use his powers to kill it. I have the power of God, an enemy on my side, he said as he killed that fucker. After FLA was killed, Kate, the character, came out of the ground like Ganondorf did when he came Ganon near the end of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Even the music played was like the creepy music. It was replaced with jizz. Yeah, jizz. The music genre from Star Wars. That means something. The Kate actor looked mad. Here I thought I was done with this stupid ass show. She and the character Kate then morph into each other. I am now one with my actor, Kate said in a creepy accent. It cut to the family back at home. They were seen watching the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, the one that came out in 2020. The one that they had to change the look of Sonic because of how ugly he was. Hey, Willie, what do me and Sonic have in common? Alf said. Well, you like to get on my nerves and cause trouble, so you tell me. Well, you're close. But what I was going to say was. He was then cut off by Hank Hill in cartoon form, too. Really? Really? Maybe this tape was made to punish me. I've done a lot of terrible things, like that time I destroyed Paris because a lot of people there hated the Alf. I even destroyed a whole nation because one of their citizens looked at me the wrong way. Maybe that weird white dude put a curse on it for killing his great grandson. I'll tell you what, that Sonic the Hedgehog sure knows how to run. He would make a great Texas cowboy, even better than me. Miles, Tails, Prower, and Sonic then came into the Tanner house. Of course they did.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. You rock supersonically,
Said Sonic, sounding like Steve Urkel. Then the Imperial fleet came out of nowhere, and it had a giant speaker, and Vader started to rap.
Yo, my name is Darth Vader. Now I'm the Dark Lord of Sith Vader. I'm here to tell you Earth belongs to the Empire. Vader, if you don't surrender, I'll destroy Earth with the Death Star. There's also something I should tell you. The U.S. government's been hiding secrets from you. The CIA killed JFK and Ronald Reagan. Ronald Wilson Reagan, 666, each every middle first, middle last name, these 6 letters. Ronald Reagan, Ronald Reagan, Ronald Reagan is the devil.
The whole world was heard screaming. Well, my job is done, said Vader, sounding like he had a speech impediment all of a sudden. Tails then got into a fighting position and yelled, "Nice try, but you work for the USSR, you damn communist!" What now? There's fucking politics?
You may think I'm a communist, but I'm not. I am your father.
Vader yelled. Oh, shut the hell up, Hank yelled. After that, the kid looked up to his dad and yelled, "You will never take my anime away from me." Ah. They both got into fighting positions, and then it turned into a Street Fighter match. It was even 16-bit on. I almost had it with this fucking curse tape. I broke free from my chair and went mad. I started to destroy everything outfit I had, and I took my royal clothes off, came butt-ass naked, and put on a red suit, and put on some green Roman Empire-like armor, and started smashing TV like a madman, and let my dick hang out as I ran all over the place. I hate Alf! I hate Alf! I hate it! I then went on the table and started to piss all over people's food and act like a wild animal. And then went outside and started yelling in everyone's face, "Alf! Alf! 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 I then took everyone's belongings and took it back inside and put back on Alf on my broken TV because it was possessed by an entity. Yes, I bought a possessed TV because it brought me good luck. That way, I didn't have to use up all the power. It broke. I could still use it for EVP signals. After I did all of that, there was a riot outside. The people were telling me to step down from the throne and let my son take the throne. Ungrateful brats! I gave them everything, and they have the nerve to start a revolution, I said to myself in a new accent. I did what I had to do. I started World War III. My wife was fortunately on my side. I went to my underground bunker where I had to sit in underground kingdom just in case something happened. I made sure only the loyal people were allowed down there. The rebels were breaking into the bunker. The only way for me and my wife to survive was get extremely expensive plastic surgery and get new names. After all that painful surgery, me and my wife had a new look. We were no longer white but black as the dark side of the moon. As for me, I was no longer tall, I was now the size of a midget and had no mouth. We were given the new names in the paper and was told not to open until we got to our new home. We also had to go 8,000 years in time. We were excited. We were going to one day be rulers again. We got inside the time machine and awaited our new lives. Something went terribly wrong. We were sent to the past instead. Once we got out of the time machine, we were both shocked to see that there was no life. There was sand everywhere. Turns out this whole time we were on Mars. We were never on Earth. Our lives were all a lie. Our worldview was shattered. After 30 years, we both opened the paper to see our new names, and it said Marvin the Martian and Queen Tirani. And then looked up at the sky to see Venus, only for the Earth to get in the way, and let's just say it made me very angry indeed. At this point, I lost all sanity, and it won't be long before I forget my old life. But there's one last thing I should tell you before I go.
Don't watch ALF.exe.
I made that mistake. Don't repeat the same mistake I did, but if there's at least one good thing that came out of this, my wife is now hot. I would literally do anything for her. I'd even risk my life for her. She's my queen. I'm going to visit the so-called Earth. I heard that they just got through a second world war, and they're still recovering. A shame if someone ruined that for...